안녕하세요, everyone. Hanglish 쌤입니다. Today we're continuing chapter 5. What did you do yesterday? So vocabularies for this chapter. Repeat after me. Theater. 영화관. 영화관. Library. 도서관. 도서관. Mall. Shopping mall. 백화점. 백화점. Cafe. 카페. 카페. Park. 공원. 공원. These three words that don't have a meaning, those were given before in previous chapters. So I hope you'll be able to say what it means. 일하다, 일하다. Do you remember? Work. Next one is 공부하다, 공부하다, which was study. 운동하다, 운동하다, which was exercise. Okay, so let's move on to grammar of today's class. It is place plus 에서, place plus 에서. So I want to remind you from previous chapter we learned 에 있다 or 에 없다. So we use place and 에 있다. So example I remember it was 책이 집에 있어요. So 집 is home or house. 에 있어요. So that time it had just 에 after 집, but this one 에서. So it has one extra word. And what makes it different? Let's find out. So 에서 means place marker, that what happens at the place. So it's easy to say this place plus 에 is just talking about the place. But when you say 에서, it is talking about the place, but it has to have a following information that what activity is happening at the place. So let's see the examples. 공원에서 운동했어요. 공원에서 운동했어요. So we know 운동했어요. 했어요 is the past tense of 해요, right? So 운동했어요 is exercised. And 공원 is park. 에서 is place marker that talking about what happens at the place. So 공원에서 운동했어요 means I exercised in the park, right? And here 공원에 갔어요. 공원에 갔어요. So 공원, park, 에, place marker, but not talking about the activity at all. 갔어요. 갔어요 is the past tense of 가요, which means went. So 공원에 갔어요 means I went to the park. So do you see the difference here? 에서 is used if you were talking about what is happening at the place. Whereas 에, you don't need any further information, just talking about the place. So 공원에 가요 or 갔어요 means go to the park or went to the park. Same thing. Let's see the next one. 도서관에서 공부했어요. 도서관에서 공부했어요. 공부했어요. We know now it's studied. 공부해요, study. 공부했어요, studied. 도서관, library. 에서 공부했어요, meaning I studied in the library. Whereas 책은 도서관에 있어요. 책은 도서관에 있어요. 책, book은 도서관, library에 있어요. There is. So this sentence means book is in the library. So there's no activity, nothing is happening going on. It's literally saying the book is where? At the library. So, okay, let's continue. So, 어디에서 친구를 만났어요? 어디에서 친구를 만났어요? 어디, where에서 the place marker, 친구, friend를 만났어요. met. 만나요 is meet. 만났어요. met. So this sentence means where did you meet friend? 카페에서 만났어요. 카페에서 만났어요. 카페에서 만났어요. met. So I met at the cafe. 공원에서 뭐 했어요? 공원에서 뭐 했어요? 공원 park에서 뭐 what 했어요? 했어요 is did because 해요 is do. So what did you do in the park? 공원에서 운동했어요. 공원에서 운동했어요. 공원 park에서 운동했어요. exercised. So I exercised in the park. 도서관에서 공부했어요. 도서관에서 공부했어요. 도서관 library에서 공부했어요. studied. So I studied in the library. 영화관에서 영화를 봤어요. 영화관에서 영화를 봤어요. 영화관 movie theater에서 영화를 movie를 봤어요. watched. So I watched the movie in the movie theater. Okay, now we're ready to do some practice. Where did you eat the meal? Where? 어디에서 meal 밥을 먹었어요? 어디에서 밥을 먹었어요? I ate the meal at a restaurant. 식당에서 at a restaurant. I ate the meal. 밥을 먹었어요. 식당에서 밥을 먹었어요. What did you do yesterday? Yesterday, 어제. 어제, what did you do? 뭐 했어요? 어제, 뭐 했어요? I worked at the office. At the office, 회사에서 I worked. 일했어요. 회사에서 일했어요. I went to the mall. To the mall, 백화점에 I went. 갔어요. 백화점에 갔어요. You notice it's just 에, not 에서 because you didn't do any activity at the mall. You just went to the mall. And what did you do at the mall? So now asking what did you do? So asking about what kind of things you did at the mall. So this time at the mall is 백화점에서 what did you do? 뭐 했어요? 백화점에서 뭐 했어요? I bought a bag at the mall. So at the mall, 백화점에서 I bought a bag. bag, 가방. So 가방을 샀어요. 백화점에서 가방을 샀어요. Great. I hope you don't have any problem following with me so far. And now we're going to do listening. So the question, 로라 씨는 뭐 했어요? Very easy, right? 로라 씨, Miss or Mrs. Laura. 뭐 했어요? What did you do? So what did Miss or Mrs. Laura did? So these number 1, number 2, number 3, everything happened. We just need to put them in right order. So let's find out.
저는 어제 수진 씨하고 투이 씨를 만났어요. 우리는 같이 영화관에 갔어요. 영화관에서 영화를 봤어요. 그리고 카페에서 이야기했어요.
Okay, let's hear one more time. And I want to emphasize for listening, listening is not you be able to listen every single word. I mean, that will be the ideal case. However, listening is usually challenging a little bit more than what you know. So often you find there are vocabularies or words or phrase that you don't understand, but without knowing every single word, you be able to understand the context. That's the listening skill. So if you find something that you cannot hear and understand, it's okay. Just move on and then keep trying to focus on listening and then try to understand what you know, okay? All right. So let's listen again.
저는 어제 수진 씨하고 투이 씨를 만났어요. 우리는 같이 영화관에 갔어요. 영화관에서 영화를 봤어요. 그리고 카페에서 이야기했어요.
Okay, let's break it.
저는 어제 수진 씨하고 투이 씨를 만났어요.
저는 어제 수진 씨하고 투이 씨를 만났어요. So you may not know 하고, but 저는 어제, I yesterday, 수진 씨, and 하고 you don't understand, 투이 씨. So you know Miss Sujin, Miss Tui 만났어요. Met. So even if you don't know word of 하고, you should be able to understand I met Miss Sujin and Miss Tui. Okay, let's continue.
우리는 같이 영화관에 갔어요.
우리는 같이 영화관에 갔어요. 우리는, if you have watched my basic videos, you know 우리 means we. If you didn't, okay, you didn't know, let's say. 같이. You also not probably not know 같이 means because I haven't given it to you. If you know, that's perfect. 영화관에 갔어요. That part you should be able to understand. 영화관에 갔어요. I went to the movie theater. So 우리는 같이 is we together. That's still it's not that important. You still have no problem that knowing that you went to the movie theater, right? And let's continue.
영화관에서 영화를 봤어요.
영화관에서 영화를 봤어요. 영화관에서 at the movie theater 영화를 봤어요. Watch the movie. Okay, let's continue.
그리고 카페에서 이야기했어요.
그리고 카페에서 이야기했어요. 그리고 is something you haven't been given, so let's move on. And 카페에서 at the cafe 이야기했어요. So you don't know 이야기, but 했어요. Did. So 이야기했어요 means had a conversation. But still, you know something happened 카페에서, which means something happened at the cafe. So that way we can tell the order is number one, 수진 씨, 투이 씨 만났어요. Number three, 영화관에 갔어요. 영화를 봤어요. Number two, 카페에서 이야기했어요. So the answer is number one, number three, number two. All right. And don't worry about the vocabularies that you didn't understand. You will be given in the future, and also you will study more, you will know more vocabularies. So, nothing to be worried. All right, so that was it for chapter 5. Now you should be able to talk about past tense and then what you do at a place. So let's talk about what you did in Korean. And again, please do your review and do some practices on your own. And if you find this video was helpful, please like and subscribe. And if you have a question, feel free to leave in a comment. Okay, good work. I'll see you in next lesson. 안녕히 계세요.